During the Vietnam War, Vietnam was divided into two parts, the North and the South. Ho Chi Minh, a Vietnam nationalist who adopted communist values, was the leader of North Vietnam, the communist side of Vietnam. Ngo Dinh was president of South Vietnam, the democratic side. The United States aided South Vietnam for the support of the democratic government and to stop the spread of communism. In the 1940s, President Truman believed that if he supported the Vietnamese independence, the anti-communists in France would be weakened. So to ensure a strong anti-communist, he sacrificed his own anti-colonial sentiment. In the 1950s, President Eisenhower took office, continuing Truman's policies towards Vietnam. During his presidency, he sent monetary aid to the French. He thought that by battling Ho Chi Minh, they were containing the spread of communism. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu, a city in northwestern Vietnam, happened during Eisenhower's term in office, and France asked the United States for military support. Eisenhower was willing to supply money, but not soldiers. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy took a more aggressive stand against the communists in Vietnam. In 1961, he sent Special Forces troops in to advise the Army of the Republic of Vietnam on more effective ways to fight the communist forces. A few weeks after Dinh Main's fall, President Kennedy was shot, leaving Vice President Lyndon Johnson as the new President of the United States. On August 2nd of 1964, Johnson faced his first crisis in Vietnam. North Vietnamese torpedo boats fired upon the USS Maddox, an American destroyer ship, during its patrol in the Gulf of Tonkin. Fortunately, the Maddox was not hit and returned fire. John McCain, now a U.S. Senator, was a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. During his 23rd bombing mission over North Vietnam, McCain was shot down by a missile, fracturing both his arms and a leg in the ejection. Although McCain was badly wounded, his capturers refused to treat his injuries, beating and interrogating him to get information. He was released on March 14, 1973. His wartime injuries left him permanently incapable of raising his arms above his head. During the war, there were many protest groups, such as the Students for a Democratic Society, or SDS. It was founded in 1960 at the University of Michigan, originally formed to campaign against racism and poverty. The SDS soon began a campaign to end the war in Vietnam. Another protest was the moratorium to end the war in Vietnam. It was a large demonstration against the United States' involvement in the Vietnam War. It took place across the United States on October 15, 1969. In 1968, the presidential campaign's main issue was the ongoing war in Vietnam. Hawks remained supportive of Johnson's administration's policies in Vietnam, but Doves opposed the war.